Good after morning. Welcome to Turbo Tours Tech. If you're new here, I'm Reese of the 4-piece variety or WookiE's Triple XL, and I've done a seriously large amount of reviews, 2 a week for like going on 4 years, and 1 a week before that. Let's say, okay, it's in the region of like 500 plus items that I've probably reviewed, and some of them are just super memorable for like value and quality. And that's honestly my number one goal in life, is getting the best performance from something for the best amount of money. A good example is like the Elgato face cam that I'm using right now. You can get a DSLR, but this thing does so well for 3,000 Rand that you don't have to get a capture card and that kind of stuff, that I suggested hand over fist for people that are looking at products. And so these are like the top 10 products that I would suggest to people in general that are available on the store right now. Some of them are on special, some of them aren't. They're just really good value. They don't really need to be on special because the value that you're deriving from the product is just exceptional. And so with that in mind, I've prepared a top 10 that's really about the products that I love. And yeah, some of them I think might surprise you. Starting from the bottom, the Marvo gamepads are exceptional for what they cost. This thing for 300 bucks, it's kind of unreal. It's wireless, somehow has pretty good battery life, somehow has a touchscreen, somehow has a 3.5mm jack, somehow is basically a PS controller for less with programmable extras and stuff. There's a variety of them. The new one that came in white with the RGB and stuff that I reviewed is unfortunately out of stock, but even something as simple as this, if you're just looking for a decent gamepad for your PC and you don't want to pay 1,200 Rand, then this will work. You can get 4 of these for the price of a normal PS controller. And that's something I love about Marvo and their new peripherals and product lines, because that's going to be at number 9, is they just are giving actually unreal value. I'm literally using their Guru right now, which is going to be at number 9. But their gamepads are such good bang for buck. I love the PDP. If I was going to buy a premium wide controller, that's what I would get. I will suggest that. But if you don't have 1,000 Rand and you just want something that's going to work, that's still going to be good and not going to give you buyer's remorse, then look no further. And at number 9, like I said, we've got the new Monka stuff. It's unreal the value that you're getting over here. 98% keyboard. It's got wired, wireless, and Bluetooth. It's got a full modular design. You can replace the keys and the switches, which just no other brand is doing like right now in South Africa for this amount of money. Even when this thing was 1,100 Rand, it was still like the best value keyboard in South Africa, pretty much, that I could find at least. The keycaps are really nice. Like the build quality is good. It gave me a feeling of like, I'm getting cash for jam here. Like, it's so good for what it costs. And it's the same with the mouse. They actually mislisted this, and I'm finishing up the review, which will be out in the next day or so, on this Guru. It's got a 3395 from Pixar. They just put this in incorrectly. It's actually 650 IPS and 50G acceleration, full wireless, 58 grams, and it's 550 Rand. I simply don't know how they've achieved that price point. This is my next mouse, because the value is just unreal. This is basically a Model 02 with maybe not as nice switches, but it's a third of the price. And that was my best bang for buck mouse until I found this thing. It's actually unreal. I'm so impressed with Marvo and the value and stuff that they're bringing through. I'm actually, for a change, I have no words. And number 8, we have the Cougar MHPs. These are just so good on price versus performance. It's kind of unreal. The only thing that surprised me about this is Cougar only does a year warranty on these. I think they could do 2, just based on the quality of the product and the intended lifetime that they've got on these. They really have made it. This makes their cooler better than like most of the coolers, because look at that air pressure. That's, most fans top out at about 2.5. 4.2 is an insane number. 82 CFM along with that. It's kind of unreal how good these are. They do will turn your PC into a pool pump. You've got to be able to control them, trust. They do come with nice adapters in the pack. The only thing I'd say was missing from this kit was a 3-in-1 fan splitter. That really would be the only thing I would ever see changed or added to that. Otherwise, these are basically perfect. And if you don't believe me, I literally have them sitting in my PC right now. This is what I use. So I'm not suggesting a product to you that I haven't tested and won't vouch for. These are exceptional. At number 7, we have the Corsair HS65 wireless. Now, I'm a bit of an audio snob. I use Sennheiser HD598s. I've replaced my ear cups and my headband on them more than once, okay? I love Sennheiser. I absolutely fell in love with the brand because of a friend of mine. He's got like an insane setup with a tube amp and a Hon Cardin setup and multiple sets of headphones. And his father and I both agree, you just can't get a better soundstage than Sennheiser. But I could not believe the audio quality from these. These were like having a set of HD 558s or 518s inside a wireless platform. They are exceptionally good. And then the wireless, I couldn't believe the distance. This is the only wireless headphones that I personally would buy and would own. I'm not even joking. These are so good. They kind of beg belief. Every single person that has bought one of these of my suggestion has come back and said to me, Reese, I'm actually shocked at how good they are. Corsair knocked this out of the park. These are unequivocally the best wireless headset you could possibly hope to buy. At number 6, we've got another one from Deepcool. Their value is just too damn good. This LS720 at 360 more rand, 4,400 rand is already quite mental. But this is a 3,000 RPM pump. And then it comes with a set of basically the FK120s. They've got the FC, it's just the RGB version of the same fan. You can see full rubberizing on the corners and stuff to help with the vibration. But the pump, they put in a proper 3000 RPM pump into the system. It fits on anything. It's really easy to install. It looks nice when it's in the build. It doesn't weigh too much. Like I said, the pump is going to hit 3000 RPM very, very easily. You're going to get, as you can see, very good airflow and pressure, almost as good as those Cougar MHPs. These are basically like the second best bang for buck fan that you're going to find on the market these days. And at this price with a 3-year warranty, it's a literal no-brainer. I see these things in the upgrade kits and I'm just like, let's just buy them because it's just going to work. It doesn't matter what you put underneath there. You can have a 4900K. It's going to get you your boost clocks that you're expecting. This thing, price versus performance, is untouchable. And similarly at number 5, it's a Deepcool case. I have a CH510. I wish I had this, I'll be honest, because this is 3140s up front now. But I had fans and everything at the time that I decided to do the change. And the airflow from this chassis is just exceptional. It's full mesh front and it's got little ports down the side to make sure that there's absolutely nothing getting in the way of the airflow. It's got this little mesh piece on the side over here so that your GPU can breathe. It's got 360mm rad spacing up top. It also fits a 380mm GPU, which is big. Most of the 480s and stuff I've tested are about 340. So the bigger GPUs, the 1.8 kilogram monsters, that's what they top out at. But it's got dimensioning for absolutely any configuration you could possibly hope to want. GPU sag bracket included with a garroted setup over there, and 3 140s up front and the 120 at the back for 2,200 rand. Find me a better case. Find me a better case. You can't. There's nothing that you will find that's going to have this quality and performance. At number 4, we've got Cheap and Cheerfuls from Palit. Their 40 series is very rudimentary. It's very basic, but the 4060 and the 4070 Super, which is in the joint position over here, is a streamer's delight. These things only chew like 180 watts power. This one I think tops out at about 220 on the 4070 Super now. And the 40 series just gives you all of the best of the NVIDIA technologies, AV1 encoding, DLSS 3.0, all of the best stuff that you want to see, but they give it to you basically at a discount. The 47, I think it was the 4070 Super. I tried the bigger version of this Palit and it just absolutely thumped my 3070 Ti. But the performance versus all of the other brands was exactly what I was expecting. And it comes with a 3-year warranty. The price is really good. Like the Palits are very competitive in this respect. And if you want the kind of like a bit of a better cooling setup, you can get the Jetstream ones. But on these two SKUs, they really don't produce any heat because of that low wattage. These things are just bang for buck kings as far as streaming goes. And for gaming at number 3, we have the XFX cards. 7800 XT. I'm going to pop up that a good old tech power up chart, the old usefulness, because it will show you the value that you're getting over here. This is in line with that 4070 super performance in general, but at like a 2-3 grand discount, it's like 20%, 30% off to go exactly the same rate. If you're doing 1440p gaming or even 4K, you can get the 7900 XT. I mean, 7900 XT for 17,000 rand. Are you well? Very rudimentary, no RGB or anything like that, but they're solid, they work. I've put these in tons of builds, especially the Merc 300 series. And they owned by AMD, so these are like OEM Plus cards. They're like Founders Plus editions, and they just work. And the price versus performance is just unreal. In the runner-up spot, we have a pink monitor. Yes, my mate actually, well, the Crim is Coffee, literally uses this monitor, and you can't get a better IPS experience in this. It's got a Delta variance of less than 2. It's 160 or 170 hertz, 2K. It doesn't look incredible, I'll be honest. The overall build quality, especially like the back panel, it's a little bit, let's call it what it is. It doesn't look great, okay? I don't really like the way it looks, but I'm not looking at the back. I'm not looking at the stand. If you put it on a desk mount, it's just like having a normal wide monitor. The actual panel in this is outstanding. AOC and currently Alienware or Dell IPS are the two best that I've tested in general, and I can't explain to you how nice it is until you actually use it, and then after you use it you realize I'm basically wiping my eyes with silk. And finally, my absolute favorite product on the store has to be 5700 X3D, and specifically these upgrade kits. You cannot get a better bang for buck on gaming. Yes, in the upgrade kit, the motherboard is a little bit of a letdown. It's still pretty good. I've got the upgraded version of this, and it works fine with just about any processor. And the 5700 X3D is not a huge wattage monster. I think these are, what, 95 TDP or 105 or what? So you don't need a massive power supply to get the best of the 3D cache and stuff. Comes with a decent RAM setup as well with the Clef, and these just work on basically anything, which is a big plus. You can get up to, I would say, get 32 gig if you're going to use it for streaming, but there's basically not a graphics card under a 4090 that would be bottlenecked by this. That's the limit, is 4090. Everything else, you're basically going to get 100% of that GPU for 9,400 rand. Are you well? That's flipping incredible. Like, I'm so happy that AMD decided to bring out a 3D cache in this format, because it's saving you money at the socket, saving you money up front. You don't need a lot of cooling to deal with it, and then this comes with a 240mm rad. It's only 100 watt. I mean, this is 200 watts worth of cooling is basically what you get from you. So yeah, you could say that this is genuinely the best bang for buck gaming platform around, because if you haven't looked at the reviews for this chip, it's astronomical. And because Uncle Evetech's cool, they're doing the 2x8 gig now, so you're getting the dual channel as well out of box. Like, it's just the chef's kiss. And then my options wraps up my absolute favorite products on the Evetech store. I will put my head on the block for any of these suggestions that I've made to you. I've tested pretty much all of them, which is a big help. I run a 5800 X3 as an example. I run a 4070, thank you MSR, as an example. These are they're just really, really good products. And what I find is that you'll notice that this is quite peripheral heavy, because that's where I've personally find like really good experience these days, because all the tech is good. You can buy AMD, you can buy Nvidia, you can buy Intel, it doesn't matter. Every kind of rand spent these days is going to get you a good performing PC. It's going to perform well, but the experience that you derive from the peripherals is where I find enjoyment these days. And so things like that AGON is normally like 10k at 8,600 rand. I couldn't believe it. I saw it was on special. I was like, oh, I've got to add that, because I was going to do the normal League of Legends one, but which is like 2 grand more for just a frame. Like, come on guys, that thing is incredible for that. It's one of the best IPS panels. It's a design quality IPS, and then it's got one of the best pixel response times and refresh rates and stuff. So you can see where the idea was with this. I'm probably going to do this once a month, as maybe I'll wait a bit longer as I review stuff, and then I'll be able to add it to these lists. Anywho, that's all I've got for you in this Spice Guide. If you have enjoyed it, please do hit us up with a like and subscribe, and I will see you on the flip side.
Yeah.